There's a Hebrew word that explains why some Jews prosper financially generation after generation, while others work twice as hard and stay in the same place. That word is Kavanah. And no, it's not about working harder. It's not about having more education. It's not even about networking. Kavanah means sacred intention, and in Judaism, it comes before any financial action. Before you earn the money, before you spend it, before you invest it, there's Kavanah. And if you don't understand this ancient principle, you're trying to build wealth without spiritual foundation. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how Jewish sages use Kavanah to transform every financial transaction into a sacred act that attracts blessings. Ready for this wisdom that spans 3,000 years? Let's start by understanding what Kavanah truly is. The literal translation is intention, or direction of the heart. But that doesn't capture the depth. Kavanah is when you align your mind, your heart, and your soul in a specific purpose before acting. It's you declaring internally, I'm going to do this for this reason, with this intention, for this greater purpose. In Judaism, Kavanah is traditionally used in prayers. You don't pray mechanically, you put intention into every word, every blessing. But the sages discovered something revolutionary. Kavanah works for everything, especially for money. Why? Because in Jewish thought, money isn't secular, it's sacred. It's a spiritual tool given by God for you to fulfill divine purposes. So when you earn money without Kavanah, you're simply accumulating paper. But when you earn money with Kavanah, you're participating in an act of co-creation with the divine. And that difference changes absolutely everything. Let me give you a practical example. Two people do the same work, earn the same amount. The first thinks, I need this money to pay bills, survive, not be poor. The second, before working, makes Kavanah. May this money I'm about to earn be blessed. May it allow me to support my family, do tzedakah, charity, study Torah, and bring more light to the world. May every dollar be a channel of blessings. Same external action, completely different internally. And Judaism teaches that the spiritual world responds to intention, not mechanical action. The second person just transformed common work into sacred service. And when you serve the sacred serves you back. And if you're digging this deep Jewish wisdom about money, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because there's a lot more coming. Now, let's dive into the 3 dimensions of financial Kavanah that the sages teach. First dimension, Kavanah before earning. In the Talmud, there's a story of Rabbi Akiva who, before doing any business, would stop and make a silent prayer. He wasn't asking for wealth, he was declaring purpose. He would say internally something like, Ribono shel olam, Master of the Universe, may this money I'm about to earn be kosher, clean, honest. May it come without harming anyone. May it be the result of value I created in the world. And may it be multiplied so I can do more tzedakah and help more people. You see the difference? He's establishing spiritual parameters for the money before it arrives. It's like programming the energy before it materializes. And there's something powerful here. When you make Kavanah that the money needs to be clean and honest, you automatically avoid questionable opportunities. Your spiritual radar gets activated. There's a Kabbalistic teaching that says, intention creates the vessel that will receive the blessing. If you don't have a vessel, Kavanah, the blessing has nowhere to land. That's why there are people who earn a lot but don't prosper, because the vessel has holes. There's no sacred intention holding the energy. Second dimension, Kavanah during the process of earning. This is about maintaining spiritual consciousness while you work. In Judaism, there's a concept called avodah, which means both work and divine service. It's the same word. This isn't a coincidence. The sages teach that when you work with Kavanah, you're not just earning money, You're serving God through your craft. The carpenter who builds a table with Kavanah is creating something that will serve a family, where Shabbat meals will happen, conversations, life. He's participating in the sustaining of life. That's sacred. There's a beautiful Hasidic story about a shoemaker who asked the Rebbe, "How can I serve God? I spend all day making shoes. I don't have time to study Torah." The Rebbe answered, "When you make shoes, think that you're allowing people to walk with dignity, that children have shoes to go to synagogue, that people can work. Make each shoe with kavanah that you're serving God. That is your Torah study." Practical application. Before each important task at your work, stop for 10 seconds and make kavanah. May this project add real value. May this client be helped. May this work bring light to the world. Seems simple, but it completely changes the energy. And look, if you're with me this far, absorbing this ancient wisdom, go ahead and drop that like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Third dimension, kavanah after earning. This is crucial and where most people mess up. The moment you receive money, there's a spiritual window open. What you do in that moment determines how that money will behave in your life. The sages teach to make an immediate blessing when you receive money. Doesn't have to be out loud, can be mental. Something like, "Baruch atah, blessed are you, God, who sustains me and gives me strength to earn." You're acknowledging that money comes from a higher source, not just your effort. And then immediately, you make the kavanah of separation. In Judaism, there's the concept of ma'aser, which is separating 10% of what you earn for tzedakah before using it for anything else. But the important thing isn't just separating, it's the intention with which you separate. You're not losing 10%, you're activating blessings on the other 90%. It's like when you plant, you lose the seed in the ground, but it multiplies. Ma'aser with kavanah is planting financially, and the sages guarantee that whoever does this never becomes poor, always prospers. Now let's go to the advanced part, specific types of kavanah for different financial situations. First situation, kavanah before a big I, negotiation. There's a powerful Kabbalistic practice called unification of the sacred names. Before entering an important negotiation, you meditate for a minute on the intention that the result be good for everyone involved, that it be win-win, that it reflect divine justice. You can mentally say, "May this negotiation be good for me and for the other. May it be fair. May it bring prosperity to both sides. May it be blessed." When you do this, you eliminate energy of greed and scarcity and enter a frequency of abundance where there really are solutions good for everyone. Second situation, kavanah before investing. The Talmud has fascinating discussions about investment and risk, and the wisdom is, before putting money into anything, you need to have kavanah of 3 questions. Is this ethical? Does this bring good to the world? Can I sleep peacefully with this? If the answer to any of these 3 is no matter how much return it promises, you don't do it. Because money, without ethical kavanah, might come, but it doesn't stay, and worse, it brings problems. The sages say, money earned without righteousness is like poisoned food. It might satisfy hunger now, but destroys you later. Third situation, kavanah when spending. Few people do this, but it's transformative. Before spending money, especially on significant amounts, you ask, does this purchase serve a greater purpose? Does it bring me closer to my goals? Is it necessary? If yes, you spend with kavanah of gratitude. Baruch atah, who gave me resources to meet this need. If it's not necessary but you want it anyway, you at least have consciousness. This is desire, not necessity. I choose to spend on this knowing it's luxury, not essential. This consciousness, this kavanah, protects you from compulsive and unconscious spending that destroys finances. Now, the daily kavanah financial practice that the sages recommend. Every morning, before starting any financial activity, you do a 3-minute meditation. Can be based on this structure. First minute, gratitude. Modeh ani, I give thanks for everything I have, for the roof, for food, for clothes, for opportunities. You list mentally. This creates abundance frequency. Second minute, intention. Today, may all money that enters my life be blessed, clean, and serve elevated purposes. May I be a channel of financial blessings. May I create real value in the world. Third minute, commitment. I commit to dealing with money with integrity, generosity, and wisdom. I commit to doing ma'aser. I commit to using resources for good. 3 minutes. But these 3 minutes program your entire financial day with Kavanah. And the results, according to the sages and those who practice, are impressive. So let's recap this ancient Jewish wisdom of financial Kavanah. Kavanah is sacred intention that comes before, during, and after dealing with money. The 3 dimensions: before earning, establishing purpose; during the process, maintaining consciousness; and after earning, recognizing source and doing ma'aser. The specific types of Kavanah for negotiation: win-win, investment, ethics, and spending, consciousness. And the daily practice of 3 minutes: gratitude, intention, commitment. This isn't abstract theory. It's practice that Jewish communities have used for millennia, and it works. Because when you add spiritual dimension to money, you're not just dealing with paper, you're dealing with sacred energy that responds to intention. Here's my Kavanah challenge for you. For the next 30 days before any significant financial transaction, earning, spending, investing, stop for 30 seconds and make Kavanah. Set the intention, connect with greater purpose, and then observe what changes. And every day, first thing in the morning, do the 3 minutes of financial Kavanah meditation. Gratitude, intention, commitment. After 30 days, come back here and comment how your relationship with money transformed. Want to know what practical changes happened? If you want more Jewish wisdom about prosperity, I've got videos about tzedakah, about ma'aser, about Talmudic teachings, about financial Kabbalah. It's all here on the channel in a complete playlist. Drop that like if this video gave you a new perspective on money. Subscribe to the channel to keep receiving wisdom that spans centuries and still works in the modern world. Turn on notifications to be notified when I drop more applied Jewish content. And share this with that person who needs to understand that money can be sacred. Comment below. Had you heard of Kavanah before? Are you going to start practicing? Which financial situation do you need Kavanah for most right now? I want to know. And remember, in Judaism, there's no separation between sacred and secular. Everything can be elevated through intention. When you eat with Kavanah, it's sacred. When you sleep with Kavanah, it's sacred. And when you deal with money with Kavanah, you transform economics into spirituality. As the sages say, Kol ma'asecha yihiyu l'shem shamayim. May all your actions be in the name of heaven. This includes especially your financial actions. Thank you so much for staying here with me on this journey through Jewish wisdom. I'll see you in the next video, already practicing Kavanah, already elevating your finances to the spiritual level. Shalom and prosperity.